Welcome back to Mabini and I's Notomato, write a fan fiction. Yeah, so she made a little plush doll of us. What's your opinion? Oh, hey, dude. Oh, I remember you. Pale thing, you wear that nail with ease. If you're in search of combat, you'll find no great warriors in this decaying burrow. I've heard an arena exists somewhere below, one built for our like. Meet me there and we'll test what skills you possess. I'll be heading down soon. Come and find me if you dare. Okay. We might actually want to like head back now that we have the nail upgrade and go ahead and fight them lords. But Mabini, what's your opinion on fan fiction?
I like them.
Okay. Do you read many fan fictions?
No.
I read like literally none. So
Yeah.
I don't really have a very strong opinion. I mean, my opinion is like, okay, that's cool, you know? Again, it kind of ties into the fan art discussion that I was talking about.
Which is like, people like to have their own ideas of how things should be and how they should go.
Mhm.
And so I'm fine with that. It's like, at Frank's 18th, we read Harry Potter, awful Harry Potter fan fiction.
We specifically read
Like
My
sexual.
Immortal. For those at home who don't know what we're talking about, which is by far the worst fan fiction of all time.
Yeah.
It's like it's famous in its infamy.
Where they like sexually took off their clothes or whatever it was.
And they constantly describe their clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go fight the freaking mantises, dude. I can do it. Do you doubt my abilities?
Maybe.
Okay, well, that's fair, honestly. Again, fan fiction just kind of ties into the whole fan art thing. I'm just not smart enough, dude. I mean, not smart enough, but like, it's so easy for me to just come up with ideas for stuff that like, for my own comics, for my own writing, for my own creations. But when it comes to pre-existing things, it's so fucking hard. Like, I like reading, I follow artists and stuff that have like Steven Universe AUs, which means alternate universes, which is basically just fan fiction, you know.
Yeah.
About like, oh, what if this character existed, or what if this particular event happened, you know? And they get so invested in it, you know, and they're able to really, really get in depth in those kind of shit, And I'm like, I can't do that. I just can't. And I think I have some weird freaking bug in my brain that like prevents me from being able to think of that stuff. I used to think of it all the time, but now I just can't anymore. I can't think of like, what if this happened in this? I can't.
Well, no, I made up my own Star Wars.
I was just thinking about Star Wars, yeah. I made a whole story about General Grievous.
Oh.
But that was when I was a kid, and I can't do that anymore because I know that there's like a real canon behind it, and it's like
I made up my own sort of the sons of Luke Skywalker, except like so it was like Nathan and Alex Skywalker, and Nathan was the one who would turn to the dark side, and he would fight his brother, and like Nathan Skywalker was what was known as was it Darth Grantux or something like that. I always love like the idea of bad guys. I always think they're really interesting.
just the idea in general.
Yeah,
I just like bad guys as a concept.
Well, just like why are they bad? What leads them to be so bad?
I guess so.
And so,
They are often. A lot of people will always say that they're the most fun to write and play.
yeah.
Villains. But a bad guy is merely a difference in ideology.
Yeah.
It's just a different perspective often.
Well, not
There
necessarily
aren't many-
ideology, but their experiences have led them to be a certain way.
I feel like the most interesting villains are the ones that don't consider themselves to be villains.
Yeah.
They only see themselves as what they are,
Yeah.
and only by our preconceived
yeah.
notions of what is good and bad.
I had a guy like that in Hellcane, Edward Black. He didn't really see himself as a bad guy. He didn't really have sinister plans to take over the world or anything, but what he actually wanted to do was find out how to recreate superpowers and then sell it to the government and basically make a heap of money out of doing it. That was what he wanted to do. Look at our new sharpened spike.
Yeah, I'm probably still gonna get fucked. But you know,
Yeah.
give it a go. He's doing like a really.
We're gonna
easy
deal more
attack.
damage, so
Yeah, not as much damage as you would hope. I will say that much.
we do have to whack them with the same amount of power.
Holy shit! How did that not hit me? Ah. Yeah.
Got him.
can't tell which movie he's going to use next, so I got to be kind of cautious. Really, the trick is just to like wait a second, see what he's doing, and then heal or use your ability. So like here, that was a really bad time to do that. There's an example of what not to do. Oh boy. Okay, here I can, because I know that the disc is going up, and it's pattern recognition to an extent, even though this pattern is not, recognizing what move they're about to do. So that's coming down. It's going to the right, and right. Down, and I killed him! Yay! Just 2 more at the same time.
Oh my god!
Fucking hell! Oh no! Don't hurt me! No! I just wanted to heal. Oh man. But yeah, I really wish that I just had that ability. I think the thing that bothers me the most about it is that I lost it. I used to have it as a kid with my overactive imagination. But now it's just gone. Cause I don't know. I feel like I just I have like a commitment, I suppose, or obligation, or I don't know, like just the canon. I can't just ignore it. I guess, even though fan fictions don't really fight the canon, it's just it ultimately isn't the case, I guess, and it just bothers me. It doesn't bother me, I just can't do it. I don't know.
I just don't chase it so hard anymore. I don't think about it so much.
I don't think about it a lot, but I just I get like jealous of people. Like I'm following some people, like I said, that like have their own like SUA AUs, and it's like they're so in depth, and they're like making art and like writing their story like every day. And people are reading it and getting really, really invested. And people make fan art of like characters from an AU, right? Like that's how in depth it is. And it's like, wow, wish I could do anything remotely like that.
Yeah, just leave that sort of stuff to the original creators. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Like that's what I do as well. But like I really envy people who it comes so naturally to them. Like, I just want to make a story about this, and this is what I picture, and this is what this character looks like now, and this is a whole world. Like people will like make a whole freaking universe based off of something else, and it's just like, man, that's awesome. Fuck me in the head.
I think maybe the people that create their own stories just generally struggle to think of ideas for. Maybe they feel like their mind is on something a bit more credible, a bit more.
Yep. Fuck that up real bad.
It's something that they've created by themselves, and they don't really feel that it's worth their time thinking too hard about doing a fan fiction or
where it's like you think so hard about. Or it's like where you think the amount of time that you're working on a fan fiction, you could be working on your own thing. Yeah. No, I think that way, definitely. And by the way, I know for a fact that like many people who write fan fictions have the opposite problem, where they're like they can't
come with their own stuff.
They can't come up with original stuff.
Yeah.
Even though like I don't know, fan fiction is basically original stuff with just on the basis of something that's already created. I don't know. I think it's with me. I know I want like my stuff to go somewhere, and I feel like as a fan fiction writer, I mean, I don't want to throw shade or anything like that, because again, I have mad respect for people who can write fan fiction, but I think that like, I just feel that like, it's not a waste of time, but just like as you said, I could be working on my comic, I could be working on my own stories instead of this.
I've always got, there's a guy I follow on DeviantArt called Sunny, and he's very artistic. He's done like clay molds of his ideas of his story called The Looter, and
didn't you make fan art of it?
I made a fan comic.
You're leading to that.
It was
Okay,
for a competition, which I'm pretty sure that I actually won something in it. And I think I came third. That was like the last position that you could get thing for. So I think I won a commission.
But you didn't do it?
Well, I think I did like send him a message on DeviantArt, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna chase this hard, you know.
Fuck.
It's up to you, but you know I'm not gonna have respect for another competition if this is the way that it turns out.
What do you mean? Well, like, what happened? You know, explain it.
So like I won something, but so I sent him a message saying, hey, I'd like to cash in on my prize,
Right.
and I didn't get a reply. Well, actually, quite a few of my friends. Like I sent him a message, and then they never ever reply. But then I also I sent him another message, and then they would reply. And I'm like, what is wrong with your phone? How come I have to send you like 5 messages, or maybe 5's over the top. I usually send like 2, and then leave it for a while, like weeks or months or whatever, and then have another go. 'Cause I don't want to bother people.
Sometimes it's all. Everyone has different situations. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
One thing that a lot of people do, which I try not to do as much these days, but I still kind of am guilty of it, is you'll see a message and then you'll go, I'll deal with that later.